welcome to the inaugural episode. John, I can't do this with you, buddy. Buddy, I just needed to chill for a second.
I got it. Go.
Okay. Hi, welcome to the inaugural episode of Cyberpunch's Cyberpunk 2020 role-playing podcast, titled Cyberpunk. John, God. I'll try this one more time because for the podcast, I just really got to nail this part down. I really got to get this part going, or I'll have to record it on my own later.
Go.
Okay. Fuck you. Okay.
This is going great.
Okay, one more time. Yeah, we're off to a great start. Hi, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Cyberpunch's Cyberpunk 2020 role-playing podcast, Cyberpunch. I am your game master for tonight, Sam, and joining me is Josh.
Hello there.
Hi. John.
Hey.
Jonathan.
Hello.
And Kelson.
Hi.
Hi. So what this is we're all... some of us are experienced role players, some of us are doing this for the first time, but we're all... I'd say, fair to say we're all excited about Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever, Kelson. So we thought it might be fun to kind of see where it all began and play Cyberpunk 2020 for a few games and record it into a podcast and stream it onto Twitch for you fun folks. So we're doing that tonight for the first time. There's a couple guys who are going to be joining us later, James and Kevin. They're not here today, but we're going to be going ahead without them tonight for our first episode. So I've given everybody here character sheets. I've pre-made their characters for this game. As you can see on our Twitch overlay, I've got their names spelled out, but Josh is playing Vance, John is Marcus, Jonathan is Rory, nicknamed Wrench, and Kelson is Cole. We'll get a little bit more into kind of the character stuff once we're actually into the game. But yeah, so if this sounds cool to you, just stick around and we'll be getting into this in a minute. So I think the first order of business here is, I just want to tell you guys a couple of things kind of about the campaign before we start. The main thing you need to know is that Cyberpunk is like a really, really lethal game when it comes to role-playing games. If you make the wrong moves, you can easily end up dead. Combat is pretty brutal. Don't worry if that happens. It's not a big deal. We can reroll your characters pretty quick and get you back into it. I'll work you into the campaign somehow. But just keep in mind when you're making decisions and going around the world that, for example, if you pick a fight with a large gang or cops or make an enemy of a corporation, probably bite you in the ass at some point down the line.
No.
Yeah, good. Yeah, John's got some experience. John, we actually ran a podcast like this a few years ago at our old website, 8-Bit Champ. Unfortunately, it's not available to download anymore, but otherwise I would send people towards it. But yeah, we did that a while ago, and that was all right. So John's got some experience here, but most of us are fairly new at this. So I guess we'll just get into it. You guys good with that? Is there anything else that I think we need to cover here?
Let's do it.
All right, cool. So, this is going to be slightly railroady, kind of as I kind of just get you guys into where I need you to be for the beginning of this campaign. But I'll do my fun flavor text introduction to this first. So the year is 2020, and you guys live in the heart of Night City, population 5 million. The four of you have been living together in Cole's apartment, and that's you, Kelson, of course.
Hey,
yeah.
That's me.
On the 35th floor of like it's basically like a corporate housing building in the old downtown district of the city. You guys have been there for like 3 months or so. It's not the nicest district of the city to call home, but it's not the worst either. Like, you guys have all kind of grown up in much, much worse places than this. The water and power work. The roaches don't bite too much. You've got 1,300 feet to call your own. It's not bad. It's actually probably the nicest place I think any of you guys have lived before. It's not saying much, but you know. The downside is that nobody but Cole is actually supposed to be here. It's kind of meant to house employees only. Kelson, you're the employee of a corporation called Dynalar. Basically, they make cybernetic enhancements for people.
What was the name of that company?
Dynalar. Dynalar. It will come into play a little bit later.
Dino Lab.
Yeah, Dino Lab, exactly. So you basically signed your soul away, Kelson. You're a corp. You're a corporate employee. So you signed a 40-year contract with these guys in exchange for them paying you a decent paycheck, and you get this apartment out of it. So your friends aren't supposed to be there, but they charge you a little rent on the side, and nobody in the building seems to give a shit so far, so you're all right. You guys have all known each other for years now. Like, all of you guys kind of, one way or another, when you were younger, ended up on the streets. A couple of you were in foster care. Some of you were kicked out. Some of you were orphaned. You can kind of decide amongst yourselves how you want that to play out. You can kind of develop a backstory there. But you guys have basically all met when you're on the streets, and you kind of banded together. You didn't quite form a gang, but you committed petty crime here and there to stay alive. You'd steal food when you had to, and maybe made some contacts with some less than scrupulous people along the way. But Kelson's on the up and up now. Cole is basically busting his ass, making an honest wage, and I think most of you guys are probably doing the same thing. Rory would be the exception. He's a fixer, which is pretty much by definition you're kind of working in the underground. You're a little shady. Yeah, so anyway, you guys all owe each other countless favors, so this living situation is basically just Cole paying you back for some of that. And it's kind of cramped when everyone's there, especially because we got a couple players who aren't here today, but with everyone in there, it's a little crowded. It's not like the biggest place, but you guys make it work. And normally you guys aren't home at the same time anyway, but today is actually an exception to the rule. It's a really hot Tuesday evening, and the apartment is pretty crowded. It's Vance's day off. That's Josh. And Jonathan, you're just waiting for the sun to go down so you can start work.
Get to work, yeah.
John has been laid off for almost a month now, looking for a new contract. And Cole is just getting home from a long day of like work in his cubicle, basically. You guys are just sitting around the apartment, crowded around a TV, kind of watching the news. Maybe a couple of you are just half asleep. It's July. The heat is really thick. It kind of sticks to your skin and your clothing. It's just nasty, miserable. You guys are sweating. Your AC's out. It's been out for like probably weeks at this point. It's just fucking miserable. And your skin like sticks to like the synthetic leather furniture you're sitting on. So yeah, if you guys want it, I know this is the hard thing is because I know a lot of you aren't as comfortable with this, but if you want to do any like role playing or just in this situation, like if your characters would be doing anything in particular or say anything to one another in this situation, you don't have to, but I'll put it out there to you.
I'm so tired after this hard day of work.
Excellent. Welcome to Role Playing, Kelson. Your first words. It's adorable.
Way to rub it in that you work.
Working for the man.
Not only do I'm working, but I also have a day off, so...
Well, guess what? I always have a day off.
Yeah, infinite days off. Yeah, good for you. How does it feel?
I don't know. Someone want to go cuddle? I'm lonely.
Fuck him.
It's too hot for that. Come on now.
All right.
That's true.
So all of a sudden, you guys were kind of awakened by a knock at the door, like it just fucking comes out of nowhere.
What time of day is it?
Thank you. I need the Foley. It's 5:30 p.m.
Okay, so the sun's getting close to setting. Okay.
Yeah. This is not really usual. You guys don't really tend to get visitors.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Foley. There? I really like the Foley. It's great. Thank you so much.
I'll go to the door. I'll enter the door.
Okay. So, Jonathan, you open the door, and behind it is a man dressed in what looks like kind of a FedEx uniform. And he's just wearing a suit. He looks real sweaty. He's kind of out of breath, like he probably ran up the stairs to get here or something.
Kind of out of place here.
Yeah, for sure. And he's got a gun strapped to his hip, but that's normal. He's a FedEx guy. That's just how they roll.
Sure.
And he's got a package there. It's probably about the size of like maybe a box of donuts or something. Not too big, but it's a box. And he says,
I'll look at him. Oh, you go.
He says to you, is there a, give me a second. Is there a Cole Alexios here?
There might be.
That's me. That's me.
Okay.
It's me.
So do you just yell that from like inside the apartment?
It's immediately like, hey.
Trying to play it cagey, and you're just waving your hands in the background.
Is that my pizza?
A package for me.
All right. So yeah, you're not expecting a package, Kelson. You have no idea what this would be.
That's what you think.
Okay. So you say that, and he just goes, "All right, can I get you to sign for this, please, buddy?"
Sure.
Okay. So Kelson goes and just signs for it. Pretty abrupt. And the delivery man seems happy. He's not really in the mood for chit chat. He seems like he just wants to get on with his day. So, he just gives it to you, and he kind of just probably leaves. He doesn't really have much to say. He's happy that you signed for it, walks away.
Before he goes out, I yell at him, "What's in the box?" And he doesn't answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he just doesn't answer.
Snack 3, baby, game of the year.
All right.
Snack 18 by
Are we playing? Is this the video game Donkey?
I love Donkey, dude. It's my right there.
I love that Hollow game. What are video games called in Cyberpunk?
All right, let's stop making YouTube reference. Let's carry on.
No, really. What are video games in Cyberpunk called?
video games.
No, there's got to be a thing.
Yeah, totally. There's video games in Cyberpunk. It's VR stuff. It's like
it's all virtual reality.
It's all up in
full
there.
dive.
Yeah.
Ready Player One shit.
But you guys are all too poor to afford them. They're like real luxury items here.
We're also too poor to afford whatever you're ordering.
Yeah, what the fuck did you get?
What'd you get there? What's in the box?
I
Open the
opened
box.
the box.
Thank you. Oh, I was waiting for that. I was just so okay. So inside you find, and this is kind of strange. Just nestled in there. It's not like secured by like any sort of like foam or anything. It's just a small flip phone. And by the way, you guys are all too poor to have flip phones. Even like cell phones are kind of a rarer thing in this universe. You guys have never had one before. And next to it is a device you are a little more familiar with, a portable data term. Data terms are basically tiny little computer devices, kind of that fulfill the role of like what a smartphone does in our world. It's like a little LCD screen. It would fit in the palm of your hand, and it's capable of like pretty basic web stuff. Like you can check emails, you can read various things on it. You can kind of watch low quality video on it, stuff like that.
Ooh.
And they're both powered off. Like neither of these devices are on.
Okay.
And that's all you get. It's nothing. Like nothing to indicate what this is or where it's from.
Can I grab the phone out of his hand and turn it on?
Can I look at like?
Because obviously he's not fucking doing it. So can I do it?
If you'd
Can
like
I look
to.
at like the?
Yeah, I
shipping?
do that. I grab the phone and I say to him, just turn the fucking thing on, and I turn it.
Okay.
While he's doing that, can I look at like the like label and stuff on the box to see
Sure.
like who could have sent
Okay.
it?
I won't make you make any kind of check for that. You look and there's no return address. It is addressed to you though. Your name's on the box and the address of your apartment, and that's it.
Is there anything else in the box? I imagine we're all gathered around it. At this
Yes,
point.
at this point you are all gathered around it, and no, it does not look like it. Although, it. Yeah, I'll just say that there does not appear to be anything else there.
Okay.
Okay. I turn on the phone.
Turn on. Yeah.
All right, you turn on the phone, and it kind of beeps a little bit, and you can see that it's full battery, but nothing happens.
It just comes on.
It just comes on. No, it doesn't ring, doesn't vibrate, nothing.
Well, Kelson, check the other thing.
I turned the other thing on.
All right, so the portable data term has like a little power button at the top of it. Kind of think of it like maybe like a GPS or something like that. Just kind of the way it looks. So the device boots. It does a little bing, 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 bing. Loading screen pops up, and then it's like the OS boots, and then all of a sudden something overrides it, and a window that definitely doesn't seem like it would be normal to pop up. It just opens up, and all it says is await further instructions in little red text.
Oh no.
I'm gonna turn to
Spooky.
Cole and say, "What the hell have you gotten yourself into at this job?"
Let me consult with my memories. From...
Okay, so Kelson, you have not, to your knowledge, done anything at work out of the ordinary. Things have been going okay for you. You don't stand out as like the best employee ever. It doesn't seem like you're on the fast track to get promoted or anything, but you're doing okay for yourself.
All right, Rory. Well, to my knowledge, I haven't done anything shady. I'm not like the best employee ever, but
I'm just excited because I might get to do something. Been employed for so long.
The data term
Unemployed.
suddenly beeps again, and the screen changes and it reads file incoming, and then below that download and a yes or no prompt.
I hit the yes button.
Okay,
Hey.
Well, no.
shouldn't we consult.
Cole
Nope.
has it, doesn't he?
it's true. But
Can I-
Cole has the
Give
item.
it to
Yeah.
him.
I can't.
I look to the group and like, what is this? Should I hit the button, or should
Why
I
would,
not
why would
hit
we?
the
Why
button?
would we know what it is?
I
got
tell
to
him,
lose.
that's
You.
hit the damn button. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. So you click yes, and as your thumb goes to hit the button, it's like it starts downloading without you even having to hit anything. It just goes, which is definitely unusual. And it's a pretty small file. Like, it tells you exactly what the size is. It's only like 500 kilobytes. It's tiny, and it just downloads almost instantly.
Definitely not an HDD.
And then you're left looking at a folder that just has a document in it, like a Word doc, basically. And it's just, the title is just a scramble of letters and numbers.
Can I take the phone from John? I forgot his character's name.
His
gonna look at
name
it.
is Marcus.
Marcus.
Can I see the phone real quick, Marcus?
I hand the phone.
Okay.
Can I really quickly look and see if there's any contacts in the phone?
You can, yes. So you do that, and what you find is that there are no contacts listed, but in the call history, a single call has been made with it already.
Okay, let's go back to the data term thing. I don't
Okay.
want to throw that off too much.
Okay.
Well, I don't really know what to do with this document.
Read it.
And it's a bunch of numbers and
Well, no,
letters.
that's
right?
just the title of the document. You've not opened
Okay.
it.
Title. Click
All
on
right,
it.
well, then
Read
I
it.
open it up. Yeah.
Okay. So the file is. You're not quite. Okay, wait, before I do this, I'll start with this. Everybody, make me a basic tech roll, which is going to be D10 plus your tech skill plus basic tech if you have the skill listed.
Okay, you gotta remind me how to do this shit.
So you roll a D10. Just roll a single D10.
Yep.
One
You're going
D10.
to add your yes, and then you're going to add your tech, which is a character stat. So it's listed. It's listed in like the big stat block there.
And Sam, you'll have to find that for me.
Yeah, I'll find yours.
Oh, I got it. Okay, so
Yeah.
you add the tech stat.
Yeah, it's D10 plus tech, and then plus the number of points you have in basic tech if you have any points in basic tech.
Basic tech is a skill.
Yes, it is a skill.
Okay.
So if it's not listed there, you don't have it.
Advance is 17.
Okay.
I'm at 11.
I'm at 12.
I rolled a 6, so
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
you
So the only
have to-
person who is going to see it is going to be Vance. So everybody else, you guys see that this thing is. Just give me half a second here. Everybody else sees that this seems like it's some kind of plan for something technological. Like, it's got a bunch of diagrams and stuff in it. But Vance can tell. Is that your name? Am I getting that right? Is it Vance?
Yep.
Yes. Cool.
Advance Winters.
Yes, Vance can tell that this is sorry, I'm just scrolling my notes here. It is a blueprint specifically to some kind of cybernetic optical hardware. Like in this universe, there's all sorts of implants you can get for your eyes that will make them do things like see infrared or telescope and stuff like that. Vance can tell that this is specifically a plan for something like that.
Hey Vance, you seem like you know what that is.
Shut up. I'm working. Hang on. This is,
You're working. You're kind of just like scrolling through it with your finger, reading up and down really quick.
looks like. Oh, it's really small. Hang on.
Zoom and enhance.
All right, this is definitely a blueprint for some sort.
And the other
of
guys all nod their
optical
heads like, "Yeah, we got that far."
Yeah. Very specifically, though, it's what is it?
Optical cyberware is basically
It's optical cyberware, and
which
what
real quick.
I'm
rare, right?
The other thing
I'm
is that
immediately
Cole
more
knows.
expensive.
The other thing is that Cole knows this company fucks with this stuff. Like Dynalar definitely produces
Right.
some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm,
So why
I'm
would they be
immediately
sending you a
more
blueprint?
interested.
That's what I want to know.
Mhm.
Why do they
Was
say-
it his company, though?
It does not have any marking identifier that you can tell that would indicate who made this.
And
then
that's all
What were we
see
supposed
now?
to do with it?
As you guys
Always
are staring
curious,
at this, a second prompt to download
Oh.
something comes up, and
Oh,
kind of
no.
same deal as before. You guys don't even need to do anything because
No, we don't need that.
same deal again. It just downloads itself. It doesn't. It seems like
I want to hit the button.
actually, real quick, I'll make you guys do a electronic. I'll say electronic security check. I think a couple of you have that.
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, so just roll that plus tech plus electronic security.
Do I have that, Sam?
Do you? No, you don't.
Okay.
What about
I
me?
think just Jonathan
Plus
does.
tech plus the skill.
Yeah. Anybody can make the roll, but the person with the skill obviously has a pretty decent advantage.
All right.
16.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. So this be 7 plus your tech.
13.
So that's 13 for Kelvin, 13
as
for
well.
John. Everyone got 13 except for Jonathan. Okay.
Okay,
So
that's
Jonathan
fine.
is able to tell that this, like, it seems like this portable data term is definitely being remotely controlled by somebody. It's like likely whoever's sending you this stuff can also see everything you're doing and everything you're seeing, and has full control over the device.
Would I know how close you have to be to do that? It'd probably be a long distance, right? Like it could be anywhere.
It would not be quite anywhere, because interestingly enough, internet in this world is not actually super high speed, but they would be probably within a 5-block radius, so not necessarily super close.
Okay, so pretty close.
Yeah,
actually.
But minding that this is such a dense city, it would be very difficult to track
5
anybody
blocks
down with this
is a
information
lot.
alone. Yeah.
Okay.
Not with that attitude.
Is there any sort of outward or inward facing camera on the
No, there is no camera on it. So
Okay.
at the very least they can't see your faces.
Yeah.
Got a
A
microphone.
lot more than our
problem,
faces.
Yeah, we're all naked.
No, really.
Hot,
It's so
dude.
hot.
You do
It's so
that,
hot.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this second file downloads, and now you have a second file sitting in there, and this file is titled just the same way. It's just a random string of characters.
Can I read it again, or?
The blueprints are still there, but this is now a second file that was downloaded as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
open. So
We
I
might
open
as
it
well
up.
look at
Yeah,
it, but I
yeah.
say we be careful, guys. Someone is wanting us to see
Someone's-
this and are aware that we're seeing it.
All right.
But go
Perfect.
ahead.
So I click on it.
And this is going to be a little bit flavor heavy again, but you guys see that it looks like just copy and pasted in a text file an email exchange between two people, but it includes like screen capped images of this as well. That makes it look pretty legit, at least to you guys. Like, you guys have obviously all used email before. This looks real.
I'm
and
familiar with the email.
I only use fax.
The email is between two individuals. Like, their email addresses are Morgan Kelly at dyna.research and Daniel Black at dyna.corporate.
Morgan Kelly and who?
Daniel Black at
Do I know
dyna.corporate.
either
And
of
real
those
quick, Cole, you do know.
Okay.
You recognize Daniel Black's name. You have no idea who Morgan Kelly is, but Daniel Black is like your boss's boss. He
Daniel
works.
Black.
He's like top notch.
He works a few floors up. Like, Dynalore is a massive company with headquarters all over the world. But
So
this
would I
guy
immediately
is
be filled
in-
with fear that I'm looking at the email of like the top of the
you can
top
choose
of
how
the
you
company?
feel about it. But you know you
Right.
probably shouldn't be seeing this. So
What do the emails say?
the first email is nearly 12 pages long, because it's just full of. In fact, you see that 5 of the pages are the exact blueprints you guys were just looking at. And whoever sent you this has highlighted key words and phrases in this massive message. The highlighted lines are as follows. Well, first, the subject line is Dyna Optics Mark III Project. So the sentence is cerebral contusion as a side effect of extended use. And 21% of subjects experience severe memory loss, aneurysm, or other neurological trauma within 8 months are highlighted.
Sign me up.
As well as nature of the damage makes this very difficult to trace back to the device. But the human cost would be inconvenient. Recommend another 4 to 5 months of R&D to straighten out the kinks. And then at the bottom of that email is an automatic signature, also highlighted, signed Morgan Kelly, Research Lead, Dynalar Night City.
So she's here.
Yeah, the
And
research
she's
team.
Research lead. And then is there a response to that?
The other thing included is a response to this from Daniel Black. It's only 2 pages long. It's much shorter. Like the first email read like a report. This one just reads like more casual conversation. And it's gotten the same highlighting treatment as the other one. And this one is the sentence is push into production despite the risks. Keep your people on a tight leash, and we need a marquee Q4 product launch. No more delays. This second email doesn't have an automatic signature, but Cole, you already know who this guy is just because of his name. And then one final email, just a sentence long, from Morgan Kelly responding again, is understood, will do. And written below all of this, in just plain text, is the words "Do you see?" and a question mark.
Cole, you work for a fucked up company.
Yeah, well, you gotta make a living somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that they were doing this type of stuff. Now
So that's the other thing. Real quick, just for the sake of lore, it's pretty well understood in this world that the corporates that run everything are fucking real shitbirds.
Yeah,
they're all
pretty
unethical. Like, they wage private war costing hundreds of innocent lives against one another. Like, it's not uncommon to see this kind of thing, but they do like to play this stuff close to the chest whenever they can.
I was going to say, it is uncommon that we have proof of some of that.
Oh, and just to be sure, the highlights don't seem like they were put there by the people doing the email.
Yes, it seems very clear that whoever sent you this email is responsible for that.
Are there specific things highlighted that we should know?
Kind of pattern, maybe?
Those sentences are basically just what you need to know. It's just kind of giving you guys a hint of what's going on here without having to create a giant fake email to read all of you guys.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but this absolutely seems like something I do not want to get involved in.
Where's your sense of adventure?
I never saw this.
Has anything happened with the phone in my hand?
Funny you ask.
No.
as you'd probably expect, the phone begins to ring.
I grab it and answer.
Oh God. Okay.
You're gonna grab it? Is everyone okay with that? With him taking that action there?
Can I try and resist?
He's already holding it. Probably.
He wants to try to. He wants to try to resist John grabbing the phone back. That's interesting. Yeah, you guys want to roll against each other there? I can let you do that. That'd be a D10 from both of you.
Is that good with you? I don't want to do any contested.
No, I'll roll.
Okay.
Go for it.
What are we doing?
So that's going to be a D10, and it's going to be plus your body, which is like your strength stat.
Ooh,
and then I'm going to say that if you have...
And John's a solo.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. I'm going to say this wouldn't be body. This would be dexterity, actually. So that'd be reflex. Reflex is dexterity in this game. So that's your ref stat.
It was the same as my body.
Okay.
Mine was one higher.
So it's going to be D10 plus ref, and then plus, if you have the skill, I'd say probably either sleight of hand... or like
streetwise.
Definitely not streetwise. Probably sleight of hand or like athletics is a little weird. Maybe acrobatics.
I don't have it.
I have athletics. Well, sleight of hand. I don't have that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it's just the.
It'll just be your roll plus your reflex stat then.
That's gonna put me at a good 12. I rolled a 4.
I got 10.
What did you roll? Did you roll a 1, John?
Yes.
Oh, nice. All right.
All I had to do was roll a 3.
So, John. Sorry, I'll use character names here. Marcus goes for the phone, but Rory pulls it away from him pretty quickly.
I gotta put a hand up.
Yeah.
And then answer it myself.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Can we say John?
I just glare at him.
So you flip it open, and John's just in the corner glaring. You flip it open, and immediately, like, you can tell it doesn't take any sort of check. Like, this voice is like the deep, gravelly sort of like, electronically disguised thing, which was like, hello.
Was there a number, or I'm guessing it was blocked, or?
Yeah, it's blocked. Yeah, for sure.
Nice try.
It said hello.
And all he says is, "Put me on speaker."
I do.
Who is it?
Do you ask that, Vance? Do you ask who it is immediately?
Yeah. Who? Tell us. Who is it?
I mean, Do you say to him?
No,
who
I'm
is
asking
this?
Marcus because he doesn't have it on speaker yet.
Okay.
Asking me, right?
That'd be
Yeah.
Rory. Yeah, Rory.
Rory.
Yeah.
Rory. Yeah.
That's all good.
Oh, Rory, sorry. Remember.
I kind of just look at Vance and slowly pull the phone down, click it to put on speaker, and just like set it on the table next to the data term.
All right.
And I say, "You're all good."
Okay.
Out loud.
All right. And so I'm not going to continue doing this really deep voice because actually it's going to get really annoying.
Yeah.
So he says.
Do your Batman voice.
He says, "What's the answer to the question? Do you understand?"
Understand what? I say.
What we've been showing you. Do you understand what Dynalar has been doing?
Of course.
We didn't need you to show us this to understand what Dynamo has been doing, I say.
He says, "I don't think you understand the magnitude of this. We have proof. We can take them down. We can really hurt their bottom line here."
So you consult 4 random dudes, one of which who happens to work at Dynalab, LARB, whatever.
And who is we?
Are you asking him who is we?
Yeah.
He says, "We prefer not to disclose that to you yet.
Reasonable.
All we want to tell, like, we are PAX, and that is all I will say on that subject."
Why'd you send this to us?
Well, that's a bit of a complicated question, but in short, it's your unlucky day, I suppose. This is Cole I'm speaking to, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm afraid that whether you like it or not, your employment at Dynalar is going to be cut a bit short. I know you're probably not going to be very happy about this, but now that you've seen this, there is no going back. I would rather all of you be willing to help us with this, but if you're not willing, we can make that work too.
I'm willing.
All right, Cole, think about this, man. Many people failed to take down Dynalar, and you know this. So we have no idea who these guys are.
We have no idea who you are.
We're just enjoying a nice Tuesday off.
Well,
Think about this. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I put up until about 10 minutes ago. I was having a great time.
I say to the phone, "Do you need an answer now?"
He says, "Not right this second, but I'm going to warn you. Time is of the essence. I can leave you alone to discuss this, but if you don't have an answer for me in the next 15 minutes, I'm afraid we're going to have to take some more drastic measures to get you in the game."
I say we'll have an answer for you in 5. Call back.
Are you going to hang up on him?
Yeah.
Okay, you flip the phone shut, and before the guy can even respond, he's out.
Okay. What do you guys want to do?
I somehow think it's unwise to make an enemy of the most powerful corporation in Night City.
See, that's, I mean, and
I disagree.
A good proposal.
Sam prefaced the entire stream with that. So I'm like,
I preface the stream with making enemies is risky.
We'll
and I do want you to do that, but I don't want you to completely be afraid to get into any kind of conflict either, because one way or another, it's going to happen.
Right.
Sam, what's the situation on like windows in our apartment here?
That's a great question too. I'm glad you brought that up. You
think about
have pretty fairly standard, like the wall of your apartment that faces to the outside. You've actually got like a proper balcony there too, just a little shitty one. But yeah, big glass sliding door, and then kind of windows along. I'm gonna say you have a corner apartment, so you've got windows along kind of like, we'll say like the north wall where the
Curtains or
actual
blinds or
outside
something.
is.
Yeah,
And
do we have
also
any curtains or blinds?
You have blinds on the side ones, but the actual glass door and stuff, you don't have anything.
Can I go? Yeah, you go.
I go shut the blinds.
Okay.
Oh, I had a different idea.
Oh, what do you have? I like it. Go with your idea.
Can I, keeping my hand very close to this hidden holster I have, can I go out on the shitty little balcony and just look for anything weird, just anything strange going on really close to our apartment?
So real quick, just to clarify for everyone else, Josh's character has a hidden built-in. Oh, is that Josh's character? Am I thinking of the right person?
That's me.
Yes.
It's mine.
Yeah, Vance has a secret hidden.
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
It's
I keep
Roy.
saying Josh. Jonathan has a secret hidden holster hidden in his leg that contains a pistol. Because he's got cool cyber legs, so he's just got that compartment built in.
I'm just gonna be ready. I'm not gonna pull that out or anything.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Jonathan, you go to the window, the balcony. You look out there and do me. So perception checks in this game are everybody has the awareness/notice skill. That's your perception skill. So you roll that plus intelligence, and D10 plus intelligence plus the skill.
14.
Okay. You do not see anything out of the ordinary. You look like the view from your balcony is you're 35 floors up, so it's a pretty
we're pretty
damn
high
view. And it's you just basically just see kind of the normal end of day, kind of beginning of nightlife happening. People driving home from work, and nothing out of the ordinary.
I'm going to stay out there and leave the window open so I can hear their conversation, but keep an eye on everything while they're talking this over.
Okay, cool.
Actually have a pretty high awareness intelligence skill, so I think I'll follow him out, see if I might be able to roll to see if I can see anything.
All right. You may do that.
Cautious people.
Little metagaming here.
I'm just kind of quietly panicking and freaking out at what these guys might have on me to get me fired from my job, so I'm forced to work for them.
You're up shit creek more than us. I mean,
so I'm gonna say you guys have about 3 minutes left at this point until.
I'm like, decision, guys.
I'm very scared and am not on board with this.
I like that. I like this for your character.
19.
I work for the man. I know what the man is capable.
So okay, real quick. So you don't know him intimately. You just know kind of him. You don't know much about him, good or bad. You just know that he exists.
He meant the man with a capital M.
Okay, gotcha. I thought you meant like the Daniel Black. Okay.
The company. I'm intimately familiar with how large the company is.
Okay, cool.
I have a 19, by the way, on the check.
All right. Unfortunately, it's kind of the same deal. You get a better look. You're like a little more eagle-eyed. But you also don't. There's just too much going on. There's just so many people everywhere. Yeah. So many. You can see a lot of other people kind of out in their balconies, just trying to beat the heat, and nothing to.
I look at Cole and say we need to join them and try to take this company down.
I like that you're the moral guy.
You're just looking for a buck.
What do we have to lose, honestly?
I kind of like solos aren't necessarily all totally immoral though. I kind of like I don't mind you being kind of the. I mean, James is here because James is a cop. So James,
you've got a lot to lose, but the rest of us,
I'm unemployed. You already lost your job. You get money for this place. We're not going to be able to survive. We're not going to be able to survive. You're going to get fired.
How about
if not worse, if you're seeing this?
I could die walking outside.
Yeah.
I like both so real quick. Off the balcony, just magically.
Real quick, I will say, Josh, your character is a med tech. So, at the very least, I'd like to think that maybe he would be slightly concerned with innocent lives. I don't mind if you play him as... I think it's cool if you play him as, he still fucking just cares about his own hide above all else.
Right.
But yeah, I would say your character's probably not going to be, totally sociopathic and just be like, oh yeah, fuck, I don't care what this company's up to. I would
say... I would be more concerned with the lives of my friends.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
So if they're threatening us, I would say the only course of action we could take is to take it further and see where it goes.
Exactly.
But do you think these guys calling us up are the first ones to try to bring down the corporation?
No, absolutely not. They have proof.
I think the time of justice is over.
Cousin, stop being a bitch.
No. So I say that, and then I kind of glance to the side with a stoic look.
These guys calling us
dramatic music.
Desperate.
I would say think of the lives that we could save if they're continuing with the research on this cybernetic implant and it's causing these crazy side effects and they have no care in the world about it.
That's the thing. They're not even continuing with the research. They just pushed it through and caused all those problems.
Exactly.
and it's going to keep happening, and we have proof and we can stop him. We need to do something.
I think at the least...
I'm unemployed. I need to do something with my life.
I actually, for once, I agree with Marcus. I think we should... I think we should let him call us back and see at least what they want us to do.
Okay.
All right.
Well, there's no letting them call you back, because in fact, right as kind of you come to that decision, the phone begins to ring again.
I grab it and answer.
Has it just been like left on a table or something in the other room?
Yes.
Okay.
And I say hello.
Okay. You say hello.
Sexy.
And I guess let's just say you put it on speaker again, right? Like let's.
Yeah, I answer, put it on speaker.
So the voice just asks, "Have you made a decision?"
I look at Cole with a.
Yeah, I look at Cole too. I'm gonna let Cole answer.
I turn around and walk away, just to like the corner of the room.
I then look at the phone and say, "We're in."
What do you need us to do?
Okay. He says, "Wow, that's way more enthusiastic than you guys were 5 minutes ago." Okay.
This guy's
talking to a better person this time. Let's do this shit.
Yeah, like I'm good. I'm glad you guys are on board. I was really afraid we were gonna have to pull out the kind of the big guns and actually force you guys to do that. That's great. Okay.
I look at Cole and just go, "See."
So here's the good news. We were gonna pay you each 5,000 in exchange for your cooperation, but I think we can do a little better. How does 5,500 sound? For each of you, for helping us out with this little thing.
Let me see how much money I have right now.
Yeah, I need to as well. Because I think
I need to understand how Sam, how much money is that?
It's like, a half decent amount. It's a decent for like first level kind of like it's pretty good.
Wait, my starting money is
I've got 200.
You guys have all started with money in the hundreds, and that's partly because I gave you guys some weapons and cybernetics, so that costs a little bit.
I go. Can we bump it up to 6,000? Because you said 5,500.
I shoot a mean glance at Marcus.
John, roll me a persuasion check. So that's going to be D10 plus your. I'm going to say persuasion is. Shit. Actually, you don't even have persuasion, so it doesn't matter. It's just going to be a D10 plus your cool.
Luck.
My cool?
Yeah. Oh, I need to explain luck to you guys in a minute, so I'll let you do that first, John. Make that roll.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay. He says, "Oh, sorry, man. No can do. I'm afraid we keep things pretty tight around here financially, but I think 5,500 is more than generous."
I just start nodding.
Okay, so real quick, quick, out of metagame sidebar here. Luck. Each of you have this stat. Luck is not like the other stats in your stat block. What luck does is it kind of works like if you played 5e, it works like an inspiration die. Your luck stat can be spent as you play. To boost any roll you make up to that number. You can spend like one at a time, you can spend it all at once, and then it refreshes basically after a long rest.
I have a question. Like, it looks like reflex and empathy also have, it's like 8 out of 8.
So the reason that happens is because empathy goes down as you add more cybernetics.
Got it.
Reflex goes down based on injuries and other things that can happen, and also the armor you're wearing.
Okay.
So those are also things.
Go back up.
But by and large, you won't be changing those often. It's just luck that you need to keep track of.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, just keep that in mind if you ever are trying to make a really clutch roll and you need to add to it. That's what you can do. So back to the game. You guys. So the guy on the phone. He says, so you'll be compensated 5,500. Here's what I need you to do. Dynalar has the prototype of this device. Don't ask how I know this. Dynalar has the prototype of this device on one of the upper floors in Dynalar Tower. I need you to get your hands on that device, and I need you to bring it to me. And if you can't bring it to me, at the very least, destroy it and make sure it doesn't fall into their hands.
Okay, so I kind of angrily step back towards the phone, and I'm like, hold up a second. You're asking us to break into the biggest company in the cities.
No. So real quick, not the biggest company in the city, but it's a big company.
Okay, so it was a big.
It's a big company. Just gotta clarify this for the lore's sake. There's some bigger players out there, but
you're asking us to fight the man. Yet you haven't told us anything about the little man, the medium-sized man. though like he's kind of like a Dave Bautista sized man. so not the biggest man in the world, but he's scary. You know, you don't want to mess with him. Anyway, what was I saying? And you haven't told us anything about you. How can we trust you to do this? How do we know you're not Dynalar setting us up?
Well, he says, well, you can't, but for one thing, you already know that we're more concerned with the morality of what they're doing. We're not getting anything out of this. We're not asking you to do anything that's going to bring us fortune. We're asking you to help us do something because it's the right thing to do. So that's the first thing. We don't get anything out of this.
And you can understand my suspicion with someone saying the right thing to do in this city.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's reason number 2. Because if you don't help us, that company that you're protecting for some godforsaken reason is going to find out what you know. And when they find out what you know, they're going to come for you, and they are going to hunt you down, and they will not stop until they have killed each and every one of you. So, I'd say it's in your best interest to get this job done and move on with your lives.
Told you we were fucked from the beginning. Had to do it.
That definitely seems like something someone concerned with the right thing to do would say to people who are trying to get to help.
Let's say I say to the voice on the phone, let's say we do go through with it. Where would we give it to you or to us or to this ambiguous we that we're apparently a part of now?
He says, well, you're not a part of anything yet, but you hold on to this phone and I'll tell you when the time is right. I'm not compromising the location of my people until I'm sure that you've got what we need.
Just us. You're just going to compromise us. I see.
Like I said, you guys are in the game at this point. And it's not fair to you, and I'm sorry if I've interrupted your lives going on, but I'd like to think that we're bringing you into something a little bigger and a little more important.
Don't worry, I had nothing going on.
John's just really, really eager to get in there. I'm
unemployed. What do you expect?
Yeah, he says, I understand your distrust. There aren't a lot of people these days who are interested in doing good, but let me tell you, everyone that I am associated with, we all have a very vested interest in making sure things like this don't happen. Making sure products like this are not released. And companies can't get away with this shit.
Fine, we'll help you and die next week instead of this week.
Well, along with your... So here's the other thing I totally should have let this out. Along with your reward money, he tells you, we can provide you safe passage out of the city, and if you choose, new identities beyond its reaches.
And where would we go?
There are plenty of other cities in the world that you guys could go. Night City is just like the big corporate hub.
Okay. I ask, is there any information you can give us that can help us with the mission?
Well, yeah. So basically, and I'll kind of sum this up. I won't walk you through the whole conversation, but basically he describes that you guys are going to need to go up to the, I believe it's the 70th floor of the building, and once in there, he doesn't know. He says, the plans I've given you will give you a rough idea of what you're looking for, and whichever one of you got that higher, I think was it Jonathan or was it Josh?
It was Josh.
Okay. Yeah, Josh got that tech skill. He should be able to identify it fairly easily. So he describes that, and he describes, the building shouldn't be super secure. You're coming in late at night, and one of you is an employee. That's why you were chosen to do this mission.
One of us what? Sorry?
Is an employee of the company.
Got it.
I look at Cole and ask, is it going to be an issue getting us all in?
Well, of course it's not going to be a cakewalk, but I figure we can do it.
Okay. So he basically...
I'm just wondering, is there any type of security measures we're going to have to worry about because he's bringing, 3 of his buddies in?
So Kelson's knowledge...
Dynalar doesn't have any security.
Kelson's knowledge of his building security is as follows. Basically, he knows that you need key cards to operate the elevators and to get into stuff. He also knows that the upper floors, you can't access the upper floors without a special level of clearance that he does not have. But he knows that once you're into the corporate zone, which is a section of the city that's kind of walled off and it's super secure, you have to go through a checkpoint to even get in. But he knows that once you're through that, the security inside the building is not ridiculously tight. At least not in any of the floors he's been to.
So are we expecting me to use my key card to go and do it alone?
That is exactly what the voice on the phone indicates that he wants you to do. Yes.
Well, oh boy.
Wait, Kelson. Wait, what?
Alternative, you could try to find an alternative solution to that, but that is what he wants you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering. I'm assuming we hang up with this guy after he gives this information, right?
He hangs up on you. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And, sorry. The other thing he says is they're moving the prototype after tonight. I need you to do this quickly.
Oh, so we're doing this thing.
Okay.
How I assume I would know about how easy or difficult it would be to get a either falsely manufactured or stolen higher level key card from someone.
That's a great question. So that is what we roll your class ability for.
Okay.
So that is what Street Deal is. So basically, you roll that, and I will tell you whether or not you know a guy who knows a guy to get that for yourself.
Okay, we got a pretty good roll, and then it's the Street Deal plus what?
It's just plus Street Deal in this case. It's the one skill that doesn't have a stat attached to it.
Got it. Oh, I see that. 13.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. Let me back up a little bit. I'm a moron and I'm lying to you. Street Deal, all of your class abilities, you don't roll for. The level is your skill with it. So actually, Street Deal of 5, you are. I'm gonna say you can get your hands on it, or at least you're pretty sure you can.
And how much would that be?
That you're gonna have to ask your contact. Basically, the way this works is I'm going to say that you know a guy, and you know his phone number, and you know where to find him, and you can ask him.
I asked the other guys if they think that that's a good idea to just get us straight up as quickly as possible when we're inside.
Yes, and see how much it would be for all of us, because I want to go with him.
Yeah, well...
Sam, do we know how many people are like going to be in the office right now?
So your experience and also what the voice on the phone kind of tells you is that it's not going to be very busy. Dynalar, for the most part, it's a cybernetics company, so it doesn't need to be open all day. Pretty standard office hours. There are people who are going to like burn the midnight oil and be there later, but not a lot. On top, just security. But the building is open to you. Like you are allowed to enter it as an employee of it.
Okay,
like, you're
so
not,
like I don't have to like key card in or like I mean like
you don't have to sneak in or anything like that.
Okay, so. And they're not going to be like terribly suspicious that, hey, I'm coming back to work.
No, that part is not going to be a problem.
But but the rest of us, they would be right.
Yeah.
So here's the way this works once again. The rest of you don't have corporate credentials. However, Kelson, you know about like the building you work in. You know that like nobody's going to frisk them or anything as they come in. Like nobody's looking for anything. As long as you can make it into the corporate zone, all of you together. As long as you can,
we should be fine.
As long as you can sneak or bluff your way past the checkpoint and be like, "Oh, we've left it." We just come up with an excuse for why you don't have corporate credentials. You could try to get in that way as well.
Do we all want to go in and?
I want to.
It might be a little more risky.
Well, I think if I get one more card, one more credentials, we could probably sneak the other two in with bullshit excuse. Like if we have 2 people with cards and 2 people without it, that probably.
Okay. So how much is it?
Well, so the way this is working is
I'm gonna go out on the balcony and make a phone call.
Yeah, Rory goes out on the balcony and makes a phone call.
I go.
Can you get like a security uniform too, Rory?
Ooh.
Because Marcus, unemployed at the moment, he might pass for a good security officer there.
That's not a bad idea at all.
So the one thing with Street Deal is you can only use it once. I think it's so you can only kind of get one thing at a time here. I think you can't use it again for a little bit.
I'm gonna go for the credentials then.
Okay.
Wait, can only one person for the group can use it for a little bit?
He's the only person who has that ability. It's his special class ability.
Yeah.
I'll also ask, since I can't see I can't see my player sheet. Is there anything I have or skill-wise or item-wise that might be helpful for this?
So you, as a corp, you have the ability resources, and resources is pretty cool. It's basically you can use the resources available to you through your corporation, and you are a level 5 corp. So basically that means that you have the ability to call in pretty like halfway decent. Like you could get like a pretty nice town car to take you around, or you could get you could probably find somebody willing to grant you a pile of money if you need to get your hands on something.
Well, that seems like something we might want to take advantage of right now before
can he get
ties with the company.
Because I would probably like to stay back with the blueprints to kind of keep.
Ooh, tell us what we're looking for. Yeah.
Yeah. Would he be able to use his resources to get like an earpiece or something that I can talk to him through?
So real quick, he said on the phone basically, that you're going to be their best bet to like be on the spot and identify what it looks like. So I would recommend that you go in. But the thing is, you don't have to take the data term with you. The cell phone seems like it might be important, but the data term seems like that thing probably it's done. He didn't indicate that you needed that anymore, so you don't need to bring that with you.
Now that he's gotten a good look at it, he probably
I would assume that I have.
Yeah, you're good. You got that memorized.
Okay.
So what's the results of my? I'm gonna still go for the credentials. Is that
that's cool. Yeah. So you call up a guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna quickly come up with this. You call up your general black market friend Ricky, and Ricky's a fun name to say, Ricky. So his name's Ricky. And he picks up and he's like, hello.
Hey Ricky, it's Wrench. I need something.
Oh, Wrench, how you doing, buddy?
Love it.
What do you need today? What do you need this fine Tuesday afternoon? I was just closing up shop.
Well, if I wanted to get myself and possibly 2 friends into Dynalar to,
shit, Warrior, you lost your mind.
Listen. Absolutely. I just need a price for what it would take to get me and 2 friends to, let's say, the 70th floor of Dynalar.
Oh, that's a bit of a tall.
What about just me?
No, just hold on. I think I know a guy. I'll see what I can do. Call me back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna go call up my friend. See what he can do for you. Sound good?
All right, Ricky. And of course, this stays close to the vest, as always.
Oh, you bet. So he hangs up.
I don't know if I trust
it. Like you were trying to suggest.
Yeah. I don't know if I trust my friend.
Yeah, so he hangs up, and you just want to skip ahead 5 minutes, or is there anything you guys want to do in the interim?
Well, is there anything? I feel like I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the perks of my company for too much more. So, should I get anything?
The money, the pile of money.
Yes, if you can get any type of money, that'd be nice.
Because those key cards might be expensive from how Ricky
acted.
Responded to that.
How much money do we already have that we can use for that? Because it might be more helpful. Might be more helpful for me to get a gun or
me and my brother have cars.
A hacker device.
A hacker device.
Sam, how does Kelson have a idea of how long his company would take to deliver on this? Because we have
depends on the
3
thing.
hours.
So if he asks,
do they have Amazon drones?
What do you so real quick, tell me what your request is, then I can kind of tell you how realistic it is.
I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna need for this.
I don't either.
We try and get the cards first and then see.
If money's the thing you're gonna want, then I'm gonna say I can figure out a way to get you that really quickly without you having to wait a bunch of time on it. If you were asking for a vehicle, or if you were asking for some sort of documents to be made up or something, that
we might want to.
None of us have vehicles, do we?
No, we
do. You guys have access to 2 really shitty beat up cars.
Yeah, but that's fine.
One of which Rory uses to get, or not Rory, Cole uses to get to work every day. The other one, you guys all kind of share it around.
Okay.
So wait, question: to get into whatever the company is, at the door, is that where they check our credentials, or is it?
Yeah, where is the checkpoint?
So this is a question for Cole, but obviously I will answer on his behalf.
Cole,
Cole, you know that you'll get asked for general what corporation do you work for when you go through the checkpoint, and you might be asked to present ID. They don't always ask. And then once you're at the building, nobody will probably security guards might be weirded out by people not wearing corporate uniforms. But it probably wouldn't be the end of the world. And then the elevators themselves are only operable by staff.
Does Cole's car have a pretty secure trunk?
Yeah, I mean it's a normal trunk.
Yeah.
Would I be able to ask for any kind of cybernetic stuff from?
So cybernetics, the way they work is they actually take a literal surgery to install onto your body, which takes a few days to do. To recover.
Could I get an RPG?
Now we're talking.
Why do you want an upper key, Cole?
Who knows?
Requisitioning that would probably take some time too, because you would have to come up with a good reason for it.
All right, we'll just get a little bit of money then.
Okay. How much money do you think?
Oh, wait, how about I get my invoice for this?
Yeah, let's figure out how much.
Let's get the prices.
Now that we have the like checkpoint situation described, it really only sounds like we need one. I think we can make our way through that checkpoint, and then just use the card to get us up. Right? I don't think all three of us.
Yeah, I'll hide in the trunk.
Can I ask for carry out so we can have a nice meal before we die?
Oh, genius!
Man, you are just so pessimistic, man. We're fucked either way. We might as well just live a little.
Orange
So
chicken.
name
It's
Ricky's
unemployment talking.
A free meal's a free meal.
Sam, what's Ricky's price?
What is Ricky's price? So yeah, Ricky calls you back. And he goes, good news, Rory, good news. Here's the thing. I can get you a key card, but not the upper access. I can only get you the lower one. But the good news is, because I kind of know I kind of fall short, and we're such good friends, I'll cut you a deal. 400 EB. That's all I need. 400 Eurobucks. We're clean. We're clear. We're out of
and that's for one.
I mean, only Rory is in on this conversation.
Yeah, but just to be clear, it's 400 for one lower level.
Yeah, 400 for a lower level key card.
Okay, well.
And he says, you know what? I'll do you even better. 2 for the price of 1, 700. I never said Ricky's not got a good deal for you, buddy. Ricky's always got the good deals.
You know what, Ricky? I appreciate the but I don't think that's gonna work out. It kind of feels like you're giving me the shaft here. Listen, I know business is business, Ricky, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to muster up that cash in the time that I need it.
So are you turning down the 2 or are you turning down the 1 as well?
I think I'm going to turn down both of them. If he's going to give me what Cole already has for $400, I think I'm going to pass.
Okay.
Sam, would I be able to get like clearance for like a guest or something?
That's a great question.
I turn Ricky down and come back in.
Okay, yeah. Ricky just goes, oh, okay, and just goes away. Just to save time. Yeah, okay. Kelson, if you'd like to, I'm going to say what is your level? I guess I have to check that. Yeah, it's a level 5 resources ability. So that's decent. In that case, I will say you have it in with a girl in the Xerox room.
Yeah,
he does.
Who you think could probably print off some decent looking guest passes. Because there are guest passes, but you have to go through official channels to do that, and you probably don't want to do that tonight. No. So a girl who works in the Xerox room, or whatever the future Xeroxes are, and you could probably just call her up and ask her, like, can you do me this favor, and see if she's still at work and everything.
All right.
Do it.
It's about 6:15 now.
Also, Cole, don't be afraid to get freaky.
Yeah,
very good.
How many passes should I get us? Like 1 for everyone, or?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah,
okay.
I would, if we can. That seems like the best.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Also, you might want to. No, don't mention it. Never mind. Don't want to get suspicion. I was gonna say about getting that. We still need. I'm thinking about the upper level. We're not gonna be able to get in there. We can get in the building. But
she's not gonna be able to get us upper level.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Kelson, your lady friend's name is Katie.
All right.
So
you call Katie.
You call her up on.
Katie,
so real quick, you guys don't have cell phones, but this apartment does have a landline. So do you call her up on that, or do you call her up on the phone that you were given in the middle?
No.
The phone that we were given.
Don't use that one.
Wait. Why would we call her on the landline that could easily be traced?
Well, she's not gonna know the other one, for one.
But who's listening to these landlines?
Well, I don't. That's true. Big Big Snowden's listening in on our.
You know it. And you know that phone that they gave us is at least encrypted enough to where they're the only ones listening to us, and how do we give what they hear?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Actually, yeah, I think Marcus is right. Use the cell phone.
Yeah, use it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So
I've had a lot of time over the last month to just think of weird scenarios.
I call her on my cell phone.
Okay, you used to call her on your cell phone. Yeah, thank you. So you call her, and it rings and rings, and she doesn't hang up, or doesn't pick up, rather.
God,
Well. Okay.
So do I leave a message?
I have to use the landline, man.
You get her inbox, and it just goes, "Hey, this is Katie. Something. Goodbye."
You try on the landline and see if she's screening calls.
I'm lazy.
I'd like to grab the phone as well at the cell phone when he's done.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
No.
Leave a message.
Once she doesn't once you're completely finished with it.
Well,
I'm not trying to steal it again.
This phone is just really coming to play in a way I did not expect it to. All right.
Alright. So, beep. Time to leave a message. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, you person I work with, Katie. Hi. This is old Cole.
Okay, so as you're going, she picks up. And
Oh,
just
okay.
goes, Hi, Cole?
My last name again?
Yeah,
Alexius. Cole from Dynalar.
Yeah.
All right.
Why are you? Is this your normal number? Did you get a new phone or like what's?
Yeah, I got a new phone.
I'm looking at Kelsey and
okay.
just going,
What's up? Is this about?
Moving on up.
Have you changed your mind about that invitation I gave you guys last week or you last week to come by my place?
Yes, I did, but let me ask you something real quick.
Oh, okay.
Me and a few of my buddies are going to be heading back to the offices, and they're my old buds. They're very proud of me that I got this new job at Dynalar. So I thought about showing them around the offices a little bit, Wait,
like tonight though?
Yeah, well, it's the only night they had free, and it's
That's
I didn't.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess. But wait, why are you telling me all this? What do you need?
Well, see, it might be a little bit of a problem to bring 3 guests in without any kind of clearance. So I was wondering if maybe you would be able to print me off some very authentic looking guest slips for me to bring my buddies in.
Shit, I don't know. I just left. I'm just about to leave the zone. Are you absolutely? Do you need this tonight, or can it wait for tomorrow? Or
Cole, sweeten the pot, dude. Sweeten the pot.
Well,
you have a good tongue.
How the fuck are you married? With lines like that, Jesus.
All right. Anyway, it's well, let me tell you this. All right. After we're done, let's say me and my 3 friends.
What? Wait, what?
Let's go get some coffee after.
I'd rather just can I get you alone maybe some other time?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, that would be more normal. So far, none of this conversation has been normal, so I guess it's par for the course. Fine. You know what? No, I'm not going to say fine. Make me a persuasion check. Which is, I know, I've got your sheet. That's going to be D10 plus your... Well, just roll me a D10 and I'll do the rest of the math. How's that?
All right. So that sounds... Let me... 9.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. I can already say you are good to go. Okay, so she sighs and she goes, yeah, I guess, fine. But you owe me big time for this one. It's going to go beyond just a dinner date.
Anything you want.
Okay.
Goodness, how
so
attractive
she says she'll print them off, and she says that'll probably take about 20 minutes for her to get them, and then she asks so where do you want me to bring them to you exactly?
You can just meet us at the entrance or right outside.
The checkpoint.
The checkpoint.
I'm gonna say right now, the checkpoint is not a cool place for people to hang out and do meetups. The people there would not like it very much.
Let's meet in the parking garage right beside.
All right.
Yeah, because we're just gonna try to get through the checkpoint anyways.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Stay frosty.
I can't wait for you to go have sex with this woman to pay off a debt.
Took one for the team, man. We appreciate it.
We'll see where the night goes.
Cyberpunch is going to get dirty real quick here.
I have a feeling we might be trying to get out quicker and
Really? Are you gonna try to
Kelsey's
get
making
quick?
this promise on the hope that he will not actually have to follow through and that he's going to break this poor girl's heart, basically.
Is
Yeah.
Katie
I don't care
not
about
the
people
best
that much.
looker or what?
Katie's
Is Katie not attractive?
well, everybody's got an attractiveness stat in this game. Katie's would be like 3.
Oh, Katie.
Wow.
Sorry.
And
And
what
her
is-
personality is great, but you know,
Is it?
What's Cole's
Of course.
Yeah, what is-
attraction?
what's Cole's attractiveness? Cole is a solid 8.
Oh, no wonder she wants him.
Nice, dude.
Cole
Right.
is a good-looking guy.
yeah.
That's how he got,
Where
walks
is
around that
this at?
office in his really
I-
nice suit. And
I look the part.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Cole, I got a toy that you could use. if you-
God damn it. Let's not go down this path right now. Nope.
I
Back
would
it off.
like to make one more phone call.
Okay.
I would like to call the number that the one call that had already been made on the cell phone was to.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Jonathan, think outside the box.
All right.
I want some more information. I'm gonna go. I guess I'll do it in the room with the rest of them.
Okay.
I've been going out to the balcony too much.
Thank
so-
you.
But I'm just gonna kind of stand in the corner and tap on the phone and call that one other number that
Okay.
was in there.
All right. So Jonathan pulls out the phone, scrolls through the call history, finds the number, hits call, and we'll see you next week.
Oh.
Yes.
We've been recording for an hour and 10 minutes, so that is plenty to work with, I think, for a first
Damn.
episode.
That was
And
a
I have
good little
bad,
cliffhanger
bad
there,
news
Sam.
for you, Sam.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, not that you weren't expecting anything, but anyway, rock band on the phone, you have to have it like
Garage
open at
band,
all times, or else it'll pause it. A garage band,
okay.
yeah, so-
That's fine. I'll pull your audio
So,
into this. That's
yeah.
that's
I
cool.
actually have worse news. I restarted as soon as I noticed, but my GarageBand also crashed. Like,
Okay.
very
That's
soon.
okay. I can
Well, I
send
have
me
good
what
news.
you've.
My audio has been recording the whole time.
Mine too.
Yay.
And I will take out the background buzz from my AC and I'll send it your way.
Okay. Yeah. Send me what you've got, Jonathan.
Yeah, my
and-
bad.
And yeah, that's cool. It happens, especially the first time everyone does it. Like, it was a nightmare when we used to record all of our podcasts just in Google Hangouts using the audio from that, and it was fucking terrible. And I put pressure on everyone to like stop doing that and do it this way. But it took like a few weeks because everyone went like, oh, but like there was like the first few weeks there was a million fuck ups where people lost their audio and stuff. So we eventually got there on the old podcast, but it took.
We've got
a while.
the Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. The Twitch is good. The Twitch is there, which is fucking great because it's nice to have that backup. So yeah,
I'm gonna put the archive on YouTube too.
get it sorted. I was thinking about that. Yeah, might want to do a little work to it.
That was
first, but
fun,
yeah.
guys. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
it
it.
was.
That was
I hope
fun.
you guys
That actually
did
went pretty smooth. I
Yeah.
think it went smoother than the last podcast like we did of this game.
But stay tuned to next episode because it's
yeah.
gonna get spicy.
For anyone watching on Twitch right now, thanks for watching. We had some people in the chat. I'm not really going to be reading chat during this game because that is one too many things to do and breaks up the flow of the game. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I will try to be a little bit more prepared next time in terms of not like fucking getting home and then immediately springing up to my computer and being like, all right, let's get all this stuff ready.
Yeah. Now hopefully have a computer.
Yeah.
I should have. Hopefully, I might have my other monitor, so I won't have to keep clicking between different things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you think you got it bad? Imagine being
Oh,
Sam.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, no, it's been fun. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop my recording, and yeah, if you're watching the Twitch, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys next time.